Hi, hello, namaste. Welcome back to Shikara AS Academy. Today I am here to teach you like very important topic that is banging on here. So we are going to talk about Asia Power Index 2025 and its highlights. Okay, listen to this very carefully because what I am about to tell you is a huge shift in Asia's power game. So, the Asia Power Index 2025 is here, that is released by an Australian think tank, and it ranks countries based on their influence and capability in Asia. And guess what? United States is still number 1 with a score of 80.5. China sits at number 2 with 73.7, and then comes the big surprise to us, and that's nothing but India has jumped from 4th place to 24th place in 2023 to now 3rd place in 2025, which is a very good shift. And not just that, India has officially entered the major power, and yes, it has officially entered to major power category. And yes, India is now a major Asian power, and this is not a small thing. This is a very big shift in the Asian power map. So if someone asks who's rising fastest in Asia, the answer is clear, and that is India. And if I have to say India's rise to major power status, let us before that let us discuss the ranks that has got into. US ranks first with 80.5 points, followed by China 73.7, and India at 40.0. India moves from 4th place 2023 to 3rd place in 2025, and it has officially entered into major power category. Let us uh, let us now learn about the ra- rise to that major power. Before that, I would want to tell you this key: Shikara AS Academy is very active in producing these type of courses, and we are actively producing the batches with TGPSC Group 1 Foundation course with a very holistic live plus recorded classes, full syllabus coverage, comprehensive current affairs with answer writing practice, with tests, handouts, and all at one place. Starts this batch starting from 4th December. Not only this, we have TGPSC Group 2 with the same features, that is also starting on 4th this December, and then we have TGPSC both integrated Group 1 and Group 2 starting from 4th December. And yes, UPSC, TGPSC, and APPSC, for all the Public Service Commission and UPSC, we are having active mentorship batches, and it is starting today on 1st December. But let me tell you, every Monday a new batch of mentorship is going to start every Monday. So please keep this in mind, and please do be very proactive in choosing the best institute. And yes, we promise you the best content only. Yeah, carrying this energy, let us go into our topic. Yes, we have discussed about the scores and all. Here US power score as 80.5 and 73.7, China score, and 40.0 India's power score in the rising major power status. See, India did not just climb the rankings. India changed its status. India has changed its status. Now this is where the story gets even more exciting. Let me tell you, India did not just climb the rankings. India just changed its status from a middle power to a major power. This is very proud factor that to be discussed on. And one key moment that pushed India upward was Operation Sindoor first, of course. This is exactly why we are standing tall today, because of Operation Sindoor. Let me brief you how and why it is interlinked. This operation completely changed how the world looks at India's capability. After this operation, global trust in India shot up. People started seeing India as a nation that can act fast, handle big situations, and play a larger role in the region. But here's the honest part I would want to say you is the report clearly says that India's potential is still underutilized. That means India has the strength, India has that talent, India has that resources, but we are not using them fully. Still, India's rise has already changed the power balance in Asia, and this is just the beginning, I would say. So, like, if you see, it's all about, it is always revolving around the Operation Sindoor, because as India is now classified as a major power in the index, India's growing influence reflected in higher score and ranking. But I would say this actually credit goes to Operation Sindoor, which significantly improved global perceptions of India's capability, and India's potential in Asia is increasing. But yeah, as I discussed, it was underutilized. Rise in marks India's rise marks a major strategy shift in the regional power balance. Let's look into the other stats where decline of US power and China's stagnation is still need to be discussed upon, which I feel so important. Look, let's look at what is happening with these two giants, US US and China. So, the US may still be number one, of course, it's number one, but its influence is slipping. If you observe, its score dropped from 84.6 in 2018 to 80.5 in 2025. This is very, very crucial to look upon. Slowly, step by step, the US grip on Asia is weakening, and China's score is almost the same, 74.5 earlier and 73.7 now. So China is trying to close the gap with the US, but it is not growing much. Why? Because its foreign policy has become too aggressive. Its relations with neighbors are worsening, and when relationships break, soft power obviously collapses. So both big players, US and China, are facing their own problems, and in this gap, India is rising. So the reasons, as I have discussed, is China's aggressive foreign policies, and US influence remains limited on the global power, and this is why that gap has fulfilled by India as a rising power. Okay. So let us discuss what are that key attributes that determine our power. Let's understand something very important. See, power is not just about military strength always. This index measures many factors, like if you see economic capacity, which is 17.5 percentage, and military capability stood at 17.5 percentage, and relationships with economic relationships stood at 15%, and then cultural influence stood at 10%. So all this, and here's where India stands so strong. India is improving its military cooperation across Asia. India's soft power, which is cultural democracy, goodwill, it is always getting stronger and better. But India is not using its economic relationships fully, which has to be improved a lot, and India still has that connectivity gaps. India has that still connectivity gaps, and simple example is delayed highways project to Thailand, and these delays reduce India's influence in the region. So India's strengths are very real, but India needs to use them more sharply. So let us look what could be some challenges faced by India, and what would be a way forward, proper way forward for India. Let's talk about what India must do next. Okay, the report is very clear. India's potential is very high, but still understand. So what should India do? First, India should build stronger relationship across Asia, speed up infrastructure connectivity projects, improve economic integration with other Asian nations, and expand defense partnerships to protect and grow influence. And most importantly, use the momentum that India gained after Operation Sindoor, which is very, 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 very important. Right now, India has a window of opportunity, a window where Asia is watching, the world is watching, and India has the chance to rise even higher. If India uses this moment wisely, its position as a major Asian power will only get stronger and stronger, and it will not worsen. This is like a we can expect India as a top two rising power in future also. With this we have the very potential, and with this scope of highness we can grow really stronger and stronger. Thank you. Have a good day.